text you go, sweetie, can you open this pickle jar for me? Okay? When it boils down to life, you a girl. You understand? You're a girl. And you
Good point.
My point is you're going to need a man to do man shit at some point. But we don't need you to do no woman shit.
A man to do what?
To open your pickle jar for you.
But see, Krista is not going to have children with a guy like Rusty Knight.
How do you know?
Isn't it obvious?
No.
This woman.
They all want a strong man.
Krista, here's what your problem is. You don't have anybody to guide you through your attitude right now. Your attitude, you're too comfortable with talking to a guy with this attitude you have. You've never met a guy that made you feel like you want to be second. You understand? Now you need to meet a guy that's going to direct you into the direction that you're going to feel, because your real nature is to want to look at me and love me.
That's not being second. If I take his advice, or if I feel that he's has a greater expertise,
she has a problem with the
in
semantics.
Area,
that's what it is.
That's not being second.
Yeah.
That's not being controlled. That's just saying.
I'm not saying control a bitch.
You're a better judgment.
I'm not saying control a bitch. I'm saying that she has to look at you. You have to look at a motherfucker like he's the shit. And how can you look at him like he's the shit if he's a stay-at-home fucking dad?
Well, guess what? You can look at a woman like she's the shit just because she stays. She can still be the shit.
Sure you can, but that's not what's in question.
Yeah, that's
not what's in question. Why you have a problem with the semantics of it? Women are women, men are men. There are things that are innately. Yes, they are. That's why you have a pussy and we got a vagina.
Exactly. You're always Krista.
They are not the same. It's not no such thing as different and equal. There's no such thing as things cannot be different and equal. They're different because they're different. You have a problem.
We're not all that different.
Yes, we are. We're
big time.
Extremely
Part
different.
of that is culturally defined.
But we're not talking culture.
Last week.
Krista, we're not talking culture. We're talking nature, like the nature of fucking. Let's boil it down to the rule. When we fuck, right? Have you ever fucked a guy?
I'm not sure whether I have or have not on the radio.
Well, okay, of course you have. You're not a fucking virgin, Krista.
He's
but
saying
basically,
in order to have sex, a woman has to submit.
Yes, you are.
She has to open her legs.
You're the fuck-e. You understand? No matter what you do, you are the fuck-e. And that's what it boils down to. When it boils down to the rule, it's the fuck. Okay, you are being fucked.
The woman has to accept the penis into her.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That she has to accept other things going into her life.
Like what don't
it's a metaphor, but it does not have to apply across the board. You are generalizing. You're making a sweeping generalization.
But you know what? We have to make a sweeping generalization because look, if you take a poll, you don't poll everybody. If I poll, I've done field research, Krista. This is field research. It works. Trust me. If you don't think your man is cool, which you don't think your man is cool, because my bitch would
never. Of course I think my man is cool.
You can't think he's cool because you talk to men this way. So that means you talk to him the way you're trying to talk to me. Thank you.
Rude or aggressive?
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
I'm simply making a point.
Okay,
and
fair
you
enough.
are.
Go ahead.
No,
see how she's calming down a little bit.
And you're not.
There you go,
you're only seeing things in one direction.
See, you're starting to, you know what happened now? Let me tell you.
Well, why should a woman submit if a man doesn't want to?
Because a woman has to submit.
Now, do you hear? Now, okay, hang up on her. Thanks, Krista. Krista, thanks. I hung up on you, but if you're still listening, thank you for calling. Listen, do you see how she was calming down a little bit? Women only got about 4 levels to their emotion. And after she gets to the 5th one, she's like, see how she started going, now she made 2 or 3 points. After the 4th point, she goes, because it never needs to get past the 3rd level. Guys have to have.
And that's whose fault is that? That's our fault.
Fucking
it's our fault for allowing her to take his place as a man. Because she's fucking with a bitch. Her man's a bitch, and that's how she feels comfortable talking to men like that. Check your hoes.
No, I disagree. I think there are plenty of men that, like Krista. I know that.
They all like it. They like anything that got a pussy. Guys like anything that's got a pussy. But the point is, we're not ready to take a loss. That she's probably cute. Somebody wants to fuck her, and they're willing to put up with all her shit until they get tired of it. And then they're gonna fuck her sister because she gets on their nerves as much as they do. So.
And we're gonna go to we going to Oliver in St. Louis. Oliver.
What's up, Patrice? How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, man?
Man, you know, dude, there are some fucking pussy-ass motherfucking guys out there. Pussy control, like Prince said, you have to exercise pussy control. Any man in his right mind would love to stay home with the fucking kids and not work, get high, jack off, and watch porn all day. What the fuck is the problem with that? You got to have pussy control. That's the problem.
But see, now you see the point he's making. Wait a minute. No. See, this is the thing. Like, a lot of people have a natural gut thought, right? But then take the gut, push it to the mind, and figure out what the fuck's going on, right? The point, what he's saying is that you can stay home, right?
Still be masculine.
And still be the motherfucker. But you have to set it up that way. You can't have your woman set you up to be her wife. You have to set her up. If you want to be that motherfucker that's lazy or sit on the couch or whatever the fuck you want to do, and I mean, it's going against nature because a woman really respects a hunter. If she don't feel like you out there hunting and gathering, it automatically reverses the situation. So you are bringing yourself into a bad spot. But at the same time, here's what ends up happening with shit like that when you get a bum guy who's still the master of his domain, is that he hits women. Because that he has boiled it down to the fucking the fucked upness, which is no matter what a woman does, we'll still be able to kick your ass. But when you got to start thinking like that, that's when it starts to be a lost thing. That's not pimping. That's like fucking, it's just abuse, right? You're just choking a bitch and she's afraid of you. But you gotta convince a bitch, you gotta convince a girl that working, working and me staying home is the best thing. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll tell you what, dude, the worst thing that ever happened to me, and interrupted, it happened in this country, man, is fucking women's lib. I'll tell you that.
No,
women's lib?
That's not true.
Like, Jesus Christ.
That's totally
women's
true.
That's not true. Women's lib, dude. I'm gonna tell you, it's just like the civil rights movement. It's a mindset. You can't change the thought process with legislation. Like, okay, I think that being an asshole is the only way to introduce a certain thought. Because just when women's lib happened, you still got motherfuckers like Oliver, you still got motherfuckers like Jared and Paulie and me who are frustrated.
Women's lib is like from 70.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Wait a minute though. He's saying
He's
talking about the concept.
But it's the context of this though, man. Listen, man. The problem with women's lib is not women's lib itself. It's the fact that you're forcing men to feel
what they were allowed to do.
Exactly. So we're trying to. This show, because of women's lib, this is what it's done. And this is what civil rights has done, too. I want to talk to a white boy about racism. I want this motherfucker to be frothing at the mouth, to think nigga, to think spick, to think fucking hang you in a tree, so I can have that dialogue with him, and he doesn't feel like because society has told him he better think this way. Right. I don't want to have a dialogue with an oppressed motherfucker. See, I don't want to have a dialogue with an oppressed. Women shouldn't want to have dialogue with oppressed men. See, this guy, if he works for a living, he goes out and he has to work with women and go, "Hi, how are you, bitch? Today I have to listen to your horse shit. Hello, I have to pretend I don't want to suck your titty today. Hello, yes, woman boss. Holy shit, cunt." You have to deal with that, and it makes you more angry. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but for the last, 10, 15 years...
Go ahead.
The last 10, 15 years, there's been a backlash. More women are staying home and raising children.
Here's the problem with women's lib. Women's lib, the liberation of women was not to liberate women. It was to make women,
It's not
men,
relevant.
to put women in the position of men, how men are today, not
That's
to liberate them as women.
Face.
Exactly.
That's exactly. This is a girl, and this is very prevalent in comedy. They, you know, I'm like a guy. You're not a guy. You're not one of the boys.
And never will be.
You won't be.
Never will be.
When have you ever heard ever a guy in comedy, like a guy, and growing up? See, this is the thing that women are so. Why are you so against what men say? It's like you've never heard guys go, "Hey man, let's all hang out with Susan. She's a funny motherfucker. Oh, she's the funniest. She be farting sometimes and shit. She be making jokes. She be hanging up on people. She be flashing them." When the fuck have you ever heard of